Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So Harald, I, and our partners in crime who worked with us on this story, we are proud and really being honored and being given the opportunity to share this heartfelt project with you here in Hamburg, our local community, where it has been shaped, just at our own doorsteps. But first things first, how did it all started? So it started last year in August with a refugee crisis, probably the largest humanitarian crisis since the Second World War. And unfortunately, there seems to be no end in sight yet. So it was good for me to see, so I'm working with a global tech player for more than 15 years, that we have started, and the leadership team started some initiatives, donating money to NGOs and so on. But more importantly, also here in our small office in Hamburg, we started a local initiative on a regular basis with a couple of fellows moving into the Hamburg Messehallen, sorting donations, which came in massively at that time. And it was there where we thought about, we wanted to do more. And we thought about, how can we bring in our networking expertise and our technical skills? And also the question was, how can technology help refugees? And we knew that language was one of the biggest barriers, with so many people joining us from so many different countries in such a short time frame. And if you just think about it, imagine you are fleeing out of a conflict situation, if it is war or anything else, and you get sick, and you are with a doctor who don't talk your language, how would you feel? And we recognized that there was a small pilot project already with a university hospital in Eppendorf, where we piloted around bringing more than 750 video interpreters, medically trained, who are able to collectively speak 50 languages, into that project just at the press of a button. And we also thought about Wi-Fi for refugees, and also the locations for doctors. And the idea was to come up with something which is mobile, something we can bring there where help is needed most. And actually, that was the idea. So the question was, can we transform a standard shipping container into a medical station, connecting it with the internet, and then providing access to a roster of 750 video translators being able to collectively speak 50 languages just at the press of a button. And the 4 pieces of the puzzle have been there. So Harald and his team, they really know how to transform a container into everything. They even just built a city out of containers, which I recommend you to explore here in Hamburg at the Future City campus. Then there is Avodac, a local tech player who designs the networks. And we had then access to an Austrian-based company who really are already working 5 years with these 750 translators being able to provide these translators being able to collectively speak 50 languages, just at the press of a button. So Harald and I, over a night session, we created 4 slides, and then I pushed these slides to my management, got a call early next morning, presenting it, and then it happened what usually happens at large corporations. So the immune system, what I call it, got activated automatically. So the questions around, what is the business case, and so on. Feeling stuck and frustrated, what to do, and help was needed immediately, right at that time, you remember. And then I reminded myself there was this internal chat room which has been created where more than 600 of my fellow colleagues from different countries posted their ideas, pictures, the initiatives they did, and I just posted these slides into that. And from that moment, everything changed. The next morning, I got a call from my European vice president saying, "Hey Mirko, I'm sitting here with my management team. We like your idea. We want to make it happen. What do you need?" I was completely blown away. So together, again, with our community, the pieces of the puzzle, we came together and just guesstimated what is necessary. We never built that thing. So we came up with a high 5-digit sum. And from the next moment, the next day, we created it. We did it. And it just took us 6 weeks from the first idea to execution, to live implementation, of which we have just waited 4 weeks only for the container. So we could have been even faster. And then, on the 2nd of November, I recall that date, we went into one of the largest refugee receptions in the Hamburg western part, the former do-it-yourself home market, where more than 1,000 people were living in one room. Former do-it-yourself home market. And it has been proven such a big success. And I would like to show a short video, a time lapse, which shows you the work of 6 weeks in just 90 seconds, and then Harald will take it from there. So please roll the video. So an empty container arrived, 2 windows, a door, we implemented a network, 150 meters of cabling, cut sockets, power sockets, and then on the 2nd of November, we went to the western part, into the refugee reception. We worked together with the German Red Cross, the University Hospital Eppendorf, the Hamburg Health Department, unpacked everything, asked the doctors for the design, and then we got into operational mode, just very quickly.
Wir sind sehr zufrieden mit dem Service, weil, ja, und weil die Sprache praktisch der Schlüssel für die Kommunikation natürlich ist, und wir müssen mit diesen Menschen und Patienten in erster Linie kommunizieren, um herauszufinden, wo liegt das Problem. Viele Probleme liegen im psychosozialen Bereich, was ja verständlich ist, und die werden dann organisch präsentiert hier bei uns, und wir müssen herausfinden, ob wir jetzt organische Diagnostik, also CT und Labor machen, oder ob die Patienten oder Menschen eben eher traumatisiert sind und psychosoziale Unterstützung benötigen.
Es gibt unheimlich viele Mutmaßungen darüber, was Flüchtlinge brauchen, was die medizinischen Bedarfe sind. Da gibt es ganz viele Ideen und viele Spekulationen, aber wenig klare Daten. Und diese Daten wollen wir erheben.
سلام علیکم. حال شما خوبه؟ مشکل شما چیه؟ مریض هستی؟
So you see that in Hamburg with this container.
Thank you.
Thank you. This unit, this first pilot we brought to Hamburg, served more than 4,500 exams in all the German new dialects, Farsi, Urdu, Arabic, Tigrinya, and so on, as you can imagine. So together with all the partners, we could bring something which is available as a big company with maybe small ideas and agility, and bring it to the market, if you will, or where help is needed most. We were really also happy that we could get media attention. You know, a lot of nice people wrote about us, but also what our ambition was, obviously, is to go the next level. How can we go from 1 to 10? So together with the well-known couple here in Hamburg, Dorit and Alexander Otto, they have really helped us, or the city, and the new refugees, and they sponsored $1 million to get 10 more units into this market. And so they will be installed over the next 2 and 3 weeks, actually, when we bring them into 10 of the refugee response centers here in Hamburg. And we are really grateful for that, because this really shows a commitment of the local community. And we also got a little bit further out, and we had the opportunity to show this to some very well-known people. So we had the US Secretary of Commerce, Penny Pritzker, visiting us and see this, and actually a model of the container is in her office in Washington, D.C. She promised us this, and she showed us a picture. So she was really touched by this. Also, last week, together with Singularity University, we had the opportunity to show this to Queen Maxima of Netherlands, and she, you know, they all get pushed around to see certain things, and she wanted to make sure to see this, and she was also very impressed. So within a couple of weeks and within a couple of months, with our little small team together with our friends, we could really get something. But can we go more? And so we want to not scale only from 1 to 10, but can we go to 100? So my dream is, can we put this, which we made with love in Hamburg, and bring it to closer south to where the action is really needed, where help is needed? Can we bring it closer to Syria, to Turkey, to any other of these hotspots where really we think we can make a difference? And obviously, to do this, there's a lot of things needed. Where is really these hotspots? They're moving. You know, the last year it was more the Balkan route. Now more than 500,000 people are probably waiting in Africa and jumping into broken ships to go to Italy. And because we have movable and we can bring these boxes to different locations, we really started to engage with a couple of international organizations, the IOM, International Organization for Migration, as well as an NGO in New York called TENT, and we're starting discussions if they can help us, because the closer we are to a hotspot, also we need to adopt to local, government organizations, but also see if we can bring it and localize the services, whether language is needed, or the closer we are to conflict zones, probably we have to bring in telemedicine and experts which don't really want to travel and be close to the action there. So our dream is to say, if everything inside this container, every furniture, every fixture, every bench, as well as the technology, can we get this either donated or as the best prices we can get, so that we can make this journey really fast and work with the local authorities and bring this as close and unbureaucratic, if you will. And so if you have any contacts and any person, or are you willing to help us, we really want to make this as a symbol from the Hamburg community, as it started with a couple of nights and a scribble, as you see, and see if we can bring it to where help is needed most. And so you can help us to help this. And our story is really, we are proud that we could enable this, that we could get the support from our first sponsors and partners, but everyone here, I think it's up to every one of us to see what we can do and make a difference, whether we are in a big corporation, whether we have ideas, and whether we know maybe the right people and bring them together. So here's the question, are you with us? Thank you. Thanks.